Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. I feel like this video has been a long time coming. I had some delays on my December package. When it finally arrived, I tore into it, going through all the films, and having seen everything that Radiance released in 2024, I feel comfortable-ish with my top 10 favourite releases from Radiance in 2024. We've got 10 great films here. There was 6 amazing box sets, and I've got a little question about box sets that I will ask at the end of this video for your response to that. But first, let's dive into number 10 on my remarkably Italian-looking list of films here. No surprises. Number 10 is I Vampiri. Now, this Riccardo Freda film, which was kind of taken over by Bava, later on in the post-production and the kind of latter shooting of the film, was one that I'd seen before. I had seen it as a secondary film on an old Arrow disc Black Sunday, and it was good. It was interesting. It was a fun film, but this package with the reworked and restored film, which looked absolutely amazing, with the absolutely phenomenal commentary on here that highlighted so many aspects of the film, theorising on which parts Bava had shot, what parts Freda had shot, giving ideas about how they really kind of workshopped the script after the fact of making this film, was a terrific package. Amazing looking, a wonderfully adept film with some great special effects, and a kind of weird history behind it that they tried to fix through or organise in some of the extras, which was just wonderful. Like I said, this was one of those movies where it came out and I was like, I'm not sure if I need that. I've seen it. See it again. Terrific package. Really excelled in this one. Number 9 on my list is the wonderful Planet of the Vampires release. Now, this is a film I had seen before. I had the old Kino release. This is a wonderful, luscious edition. It's got a 45-minute making of, or retrospective making of, talking about the film and the idea behind it, and this kind of gothic science fiction. The tale itself, for a low-budget movie that was kind of thrown together, is wonderfully adept at what it's trying to do. It creates this mood and atmosphere, and it is wonderfully hokey, compelling, and just marvellous. Of course, Mario Bava directed this one, and he's got his penchant for his lighting choices, and it just creates a marvellous aesthetic, which goes with the aesthetic of the package itself. This one sold out really quickly. Not surprised. Terrific release. Number 8 in my list is Panic in Year Zero. Ray Milland stars and directs this nuclear war warning story of what would happen if suddenly the bomb goes off, you and your family are stuck in the ensuing chaos, and what would you do to survive? It can become quite brutal at times. It jumps straight into the story. It has many exciting set pieces. It really has this knack of building tension upon tension to almost breaking point. Horrible things happen. This isn't a clean-cut, cookie-cut world. There are terrifying things happen, particularly to the daughter in this one. It pushes the boundaries. It is exciting. It's edge of the seat. And it was an absolute joy to visit. Next up, is a Damiano Damiani film, number 7 in my list, and that is Goodbye, Amen. A kind of hostage situation arises in a hotel room. We get some wonderful actors here. There are some smart plays to be done. It's hell of exciting. It's thrilling. You're never quite sure the full story of what is going on. The interplay between a lot of the characters is just riveting. For me, Damiano Damiani is one of the greatest discoveries thanks to Radiance. It was just pitch perfect, and to have that kind of naturalism that he kind of gets in some of these films, and the interplay between the actors was just an absolute joy. Jumping on to number 6 in my list, which was Misunderstood by Luigi Comencini. Again, it was one of the ones that was announced that I was like, I'll watch it because I have faith in Radiance, but I'm not expecting too much. It's about a father dealing with the death of his wife and how he relates to his 2 children. one whom he tells what's happened and one who he tries to hide the truth from, as they kind of stay in this large mansion and its grounds. It's everything that goes on in amongst us and how the drama just plays out and how it comes to a really different ending than I was expecting. And well, you can't keep Damiani down. He's back again with my number 5 title, A Man on His Knees. This was riveting. Right from the start, we have a man who has turned his life on crime. He has a little coffee stall. There turns out to have been a crime close to where he was, where someone has been held hostage. A hitman has been brought in to take out everyone involved, and tangentially, he has been marked for death. And it's the mounting pressure on this character as he gets paranoid, as he struggles to believe what is happening, as he tries to figure out a way out of this situation. It's wonderful to see this character just fall to bits in front of your eyes. There are secondary characters in this that are just enthralling, like the possible hitman that wanders into town, and our main character just kind of latches on to, I know what you're up to. I don't kill me. I'm not supposed to be targeted. The lengths at which he'll go to, the kind of twisted manipulations that go on in this one, and the put upon wife who's just wanting her husband to survive this ordeal. Everything comes together in an absolutely phenomenal film, and a lot of it can be just phenomenal through to the tension of the situations, of where it's going to go and the actions that the characters will take. A Man on His Knees was an absolutely standout film for me. Number 4 on my list, and the first Taikato on it, was I, the Executioner, which is another one of those films that just grabbed me from the start, as we see a group of women hunted down by a man for some reason or another. You never know. It's a strange one. We were following the antagonist of the story, it seems. This is a man who is killing these women brutally, looking for information, taunting them, not giving them easy deaths. And as we watch this character, we slowly start to understand somewhat what drives him and why he is doing what he's doing. And when it gets to the ending, it's a truly shocking ending about why everything is happening this way, why it's all going on. Again, every time I think back to this film, I still feel it's absolutely shocking. And a wonderful finale to this one. Number 3 on my list is the only one in this set from a box set. And I will just say the box sets were all fantastic. This was my standout title. It is Louis Buñuel's The Exterminating Angel. Like a twisted Twilight Zone episode, we find a group of affluent people having a lavish dinner party, but there is an undercurrent of something's just not right. All the servants are leaving without reasons. Even they don't understand why they're doing it. They just need to flee this building, and pretty soon within it, you find that everybody is stuck, seemingly unable to leave this one room that they're stuck in. Something is stopping them. There is no physical barrier. They are stuck there, and we start to see society and the social norms fade away as their true personalities come to the forefront. Amazing stuff. Now, I loved the first film in the set, Viridiana. When this one came on, I was absolutely in love with everything, the way it was staged, the way it played out, the kind of mystery aspect to it. It was just so fascinating. Fantastic release. Number 2 on my list is Chao Pantin. Again, a lot of the time with Radiance, I know very little about the films. I read the synopsis, I look at the packaging, I sometimes look at reviews. This was one of the films I knew nothing going into. And it starts off as a kind of buddy movie, as we see a kind of lonely man, an alcoholic, who works in a garage as he is befriended by a thief, a low-level kind of common thief, and they kind of have this great partnership together. They just kind of come to appreciate each other, almost relying on that social aspect that they have between each other. And as things progress, as our criminal gets stuck into things he maybe shouldn't do, and there are people after him, he finds himself stuck in a kind of tight situation. And I don't really want to say too much more because it was fantastic. I've got a full review on my channel if you want to check out for all these titles, mostly, with the Exterminating Angel still to come. But Chow Pantin was phenomenal. There was a magnificent performance from the lead actor in this one, who was just awesome. For a lot of the part, he was stoic, but you could kind of see this undercurrent of emotions that he tried to keep down throughout it. It took twists and turns I never saw coming and became surprisingly violent near the end, which was a kind of justifiable violence in my eyes for the story that I was watching. Number 1 on my list, and this was one that I had often read about. It's had releases elsewhere in the world. I just wasn't prepared for the wealth of extras, the amazing package, and how much I absolutely adored this film. Number 1 for me is Haxan. This silent documentary about witchcraft through the ages and how it had a kind of parallel lines almost with psychology and treatment of psychological events and how people were treated, the way people were treated in the witch hunt days and how they were treated when they had psychological problems. And modern day at the time, this was made, and it creates a wonderful narrative throughout that by creating these wonderful fairy tale stories of witches and everything that went on, but then linking it to various psychological aspects and how people were probably not given the right kind of treatment they should have. It looks amazing. There was so many extras on this disc, so many versions, audio tracks, the commentaries, the scores. This was an amazing package, one that I sat down and it just grabbed me and I couldn't look away, and I loved the visuals and the style and everything that went with it. It was just fantastic. So that is my top 10 films that Radiance released. Now, that's just my opinion, but I'd love to know your favourite Radiance releases of the year. And they released 6 box sets, which I loved every single one of them. But would you like to see me rank my favourite box sets and why they're my favourite? Put them in order from 6 to 1. Well, let me know in the comment box below, and maybe I'll come back and do that video for you guys. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box below. Are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.